Today, we will be going over how to install Vicrez PPF on your car. In this video, we will be going step by step on how to install the whole front end of a Corvette C8 with Vicrez Pre-Cut PPF. After watching this training video, you should not only be able to wrap the front end of your vehicle, but any part of your car that you wish to protect. To start off, we'll be going over what you will need for the installation process.
These are going to be your installation solutions. So in the blue bottle, we've got 10 ounces of 70% isopropyl alcohol, and the remainder is just regular water. In the other bottle, we've got hot water and about 3 to 4 drops of Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. This is going to be your slip solution, which is going to allow your film to move freely. And this will be your tack solution, which will tack your film in place. So I'm just spraying the headlight we're working with right now, giving it a quick wipe down. Also want to wipe down the border around so you don't run the risk of any contamination leaking down onto the headlight while you work on it. All right, and then you're gonna give it one more pass, but this time you're going to squeegee it off. And at this point, you're ready to lay your film. So here we have a pre-cut kit for the C8 headlights. You're gonna spray about 3/4 of the headlight, and this is our tack solution. You're gonna spray this side, which is where you're going to tack. So this is the direction it goes. You're going to peel your film in the air, then you're gonna wet your fingertips so you don't contaminate the film, and you want to spray as you peel. So keep that film wet, don't let it stay out dry. Go ahead and lay your film. The first edge we're going to tack is this side. So I'm gonna get my tack solution, lift the film, spray the film, line it up. Okay, we're good to go. You're gonna notice the film's gonna want to stick. That means you're good to tack. And you want to work your way inside out. Because you have your slip solution under this, your film is gonna move freely until you apply the tack solution. So, let's see. You're gonna wanna get rid of your slip solution on this side, so squeegee that out. So right now what we're gonna do is spray some slip solution in the middle where the curve of the headlight is, so we can stretch around it and mold the film to that. And then on this edge, we're gonna spray our tack solution. So when we stretch it, it keeps that tack solution there to hold the film while it's molding to this side. So your goal is to stretch it edge to edge, line up all the edges front to back, and just like that. Grab your squeegee, and you always want to squeegee with the body line, always, to avoid getting any water or dripping down. So once you squeegee through that body line, you've basically got a top and a bottom to work with now. So I'm gonna grab my tack solution, spray under, work all those air pockets out, and then we just start squeegeeing. You always want to overlap your squeegees, so you swipe here, you go about a 1/2 inch over, and squeegee again over. You're gonna get all that moisture out. So when you get fingers like this, you spray your tack solution, take your squeegee, you squeegee slowly, hold it, and you're good. Squeegee down, hold it, you're good. So you just repeat that process with all these little micro fingers that pop up. If you need to spray more tack solution, go ahead. And then always keep a towel handy so you can wipe off the moisture and check for more micro fingers. If in any case they do pop up after you lay them, let them dry out a bit, let the adhesive reset, and you're able to push them back down. And now we're gonna work with our top edge. So we're gonna spray more tack solution. You wanna squeegee it up, get above that body line. And you wanna spread out the tension so you don't have one side with too many fingers. So the reason this is happening is there's no edge for it to lay. It's sitting above the headlight. So in this case, you would need to trim the excess and then your film will lay without any issues. So we're gonna go ahead and trim it after we let the adhesive reset. We'll spray some Tack solution on these small ones at the bottom. Just lay it down. So the fingers are very minimal now. Once you get micro fingers like this and your Tack solution dries out and you're ready to seal all your edges, you grab your heat gun on the highest setting and about 3 to 4 inches away with constant movement so you don't burn the film, you're able to just lay the fingers back down. Like that. So while you squeegee forward, you want to go over the lip of the light and tack it down to the edge, just to seal that edge to avoid any dirt getting under that adhesive. And you want to do that around all the edges that are passing the light. The easiest way to tell if you have an edge lifting, all of this is sealed. Everything that looks kind of opaque or cloudy is an exposed edge of PPF with the adhesive. So that's what you want to heat up and tuck over your light. So constant movement all the time, about 3 to 4 inches away from the film. You want to go over the whole light. Make sure you seal all those edges so you don't get any dirt going inside your film and getting stuck on the adhesive. Check how hot it's getting. And then you want to fold over your edges and then squeegee across, seal that top edge. And after that, you're pretty much good to go. And then I like to go around with a towel around the squeegee and wipe up any extra moisture that can get under the film. And you're pretty much good to go, and do it on the opposite side. And then just lay your fingers. Lay all those fingers down. And in the process of squeegeeing forward and laying your fingers down, with a rolling motion, you want to roll over the top of your headlight and fold those edges over. Folding over those edges ensures that you get no dirt or moisture under the film and stuck on the adhesive. Otherwise, you'll need to trim the excess. Once you've gone over all of your edges, top, bottom, sides, you are good to go. Give it another wipe down, check for any leftover moisture or edges pulling back up. If there's neither of those two, then you're pretty much done. Prior to installing your PPF, you want to grab a medium to soft clay bar and just regular soap and water, and you want to spray your hood. And this is just to prep the surface for any contaminants. So go ahead, attack the whole hood. You can always feel it with your hand and see if there's any contaminants, tree sap, dirt, whatever it may be. You really want to focus on the edges, so when you roll over your film, you want to make sure it sticks really, really well. Once you're done with that, you want to give it another quick spray. Then you just squeegee off all the water. All right, once you've got most of the water off, you can go ahead and grab your film. So this is our pre-cut kit for the C8 hood. Just set that down right here. We're going to spray the hood with our slip solution, cover the entire hood. Then you want to grab your squeegee. You want to dry off one corner so your film can tack immediately prior to unrolling the film. So you're going to separate your film from the liner like that. Tack that corner. The placement doesn't really matter yet, so go ahead, peel your liner and just follow the roll. Now you want to grab your slip solution again, pick up all the film and spray under so your film can move freely. So What you don't want is for your film to tack while you're working on the other side. So once you've got one side moving freely, go ahead and hop on over to the other side. Pick up that dry spot where you tacked. Get everything full of your slip solution. Now you're going to grab your tack solution and you're going to line up your pre-cut kit. You're going to have 3 edges on your pre-cut kit. See, the best way to describe this is you've got your point, which is going to match to the tip of your hood. You're going to line that up as close as you can, and you're going to leave your wrapped edges hanging over. So when you go to seal the edges, you have enough excess. So spray the film, spray your corner down with your tack solution, line it up, let it sit. Make sure you keep your film moving freely. All right, so once we've got that tack down, you can squeegee that part out. Now we're going to hop on over to the other side and repeat that same process. So just like the other side, you want to spray your film and the piece you're going to be laying on, and just lay it right on that corner, line it up. Squeegee. If you feel your film is moving too much, spray some more tack solution, squeegee, squeegee, and hold it. You're good to go here. Now we're gonna move to the center of the hood, line up the bottom. So for this portion, you wanna grab your slip solution, and we're going to spray the bottom of the hood again. And the reason you wanna use hot water in your slip solution, it's gonna help you stretch your film a lot easier, and it'll reduce the amount of stretch marks and tension lines under your film. Your kit will always need to be stretched to the ends, so you want to pre-stretch it as much as you can. Make sure you get it lined up where you want it. Squeegee out all of this bottom half like so, and you're going to lift your film up with your tack solution, spray the film, line up each edge. All right, we've got each edge lined up. Spray some more tack solution if you need to. We're going to grab our squeegee, squeegee all that tack solution out. And what you want to do is, in all these recessed areas on the hood, you want to get rid of those air pockets. Get rid of as much air as you can under the hood prior to squeegeeing, just like so. What you want to do is grab your tack solution, spray down that recessed area, just like that. So now you want to start squeegeeing out your film. I'm going to pick this up again, spray some slip solution into that recessed area, and then you want to go back in with your tack solution. Squeegee with the body line. You're getting all that water out. All right, now we can focus on the outer parts of the hood. So let's get rid of all that water. Make sure none of your water runs back down the hood where you already squeegeed. Now we're gonna grab our tack solution once again, lift our film up, and spray under your film. Follow that body line, push out as much excess as you can. Get rid of all that air. Hold it, get rid of those fingers at the edge. Now you can start squeegeeing out all that tack solution. All right, and now we're gonna repeat that process on the opposite side as well. And since it's been sitting for a while, we're gonna grab some slip solution and re-wet it a bit. Let's activate that adhesive. Massage your film a bit, let it get loose and malleable so you can position the film. Once you get it positioned, get rid of all the air pockets again. Always follow your body lines. Now you want to grab your tack solution. It's ready to tack and it's in the position you want it. Spray the underside of your film and the hood. Now you can start squeegeeing. Squeegee with your body line. Then you want to work your way down. Now if you get any micro fingers that look like this towards your bottom edges, you're gonna grab your tack solution, spray, grab your squeegee, squeegee down and hold it. A couple seconds, that's all it takes. Squeegee, hold it, and that's it. And then you wanna do that around all of your micro edges. sure you get all those fingers out so no more water runs into your film. And we're gonna work our way around the hood. Make sure we get rid of all the micro fingers. Then you're going to grab a clean towel, wipe off your hood to check for any excess moisture under your PPF. I always like to give it one final pass with the squeegee. Lightly mist the top of your film and give it final pass top to bottom, overlapping your squeegees with the last one. Once you've gone over it and you make sure there's no more excess water, you can go ahead and let the edges sit and let the adhesive dry out a bit from your tack solution. Once they're dry enough to be sealed and heated up with the heat gun and rolled over, you're gonna just, with your squeegee, press it down and fold your film over and tuck it over. Give it a final wipe down. And you're pretty much done with your hood. So now we're just gonna let the edges rest, let that tack solution dry out a bit so we can attack it with the heat gun. All right, now that your film is dried up, your edges are ready to be sealed with the heat gun and a wrap glove, just so your finger glides along the edges a lot easier. So go ahead and fold over that edge. And then on your mid to low setting on your heat gun, start heating up your edges. Check your edges, make sure you keep the heat gun moving constantly so you don't burn the film. So now what you're gonna do is roll it over, back and forth, and then with your palm of your hand, you just roll it over again. So this is what a sealed edge would look like, and this is what a non-sealed edge would look like. You're gonna go ahead and do that along the whole hood. Make sure you heat it up, seal those edges, heat up the film. So then work around the hood. So now once you've got it heated, take your palm, run your palm along the edge of the hood, securing that film in place. And then you take your thumb and your index finger and you just go top and bottom, run it under the hood, lock in that edge all the way across. This is a finished edge and this is a non-finished edge. Go ahead and glide your thumb across, pull the film over if you have to, just like that. And then you take your heat gun. Same thing, repeat the same process. We're going to take the film, heat it up, sure you get that done. It's done, completely fold it over, tuck in that edge, and then you're gonna repeat the process all over the hood. All right, so the way you're gonna attack this curve right here, it's gonna be the same process. The only difference is you're gonna pull a little bit just to create some tension and fold over that edge. Again, we're gonna pull a bit, fold our edge over. All right, and then the inside of the hood, it's gonna be the same process. Just heat it up. And we are going to fold it over, kind of like a rolling motion. And then you wanna fold over all that film. Fold it over from the bottom edge. Same process. If your film keeps pulling back, let it dry a little bit longer. There's still some tack solution under this, so we're gonna let that dry out a little bit more. We can move on over to the other side. From the inside of the hood, same process. Work your way up. Run our fingers across the whole top edge. Then repeat the same process on the corner. The film should stick just like that. Fold it over. And you've pretty much sealed your hood. Feel free to go over it again with the heat gun if you need to, or you have any edges lifting. So now we're gonna throw on the driver's side fender, spray down your surface that you're gonna be installing on with some soap and water. You're gonna grab your medium to soft clay bar and go ahead and give it a quick pass. get rid of all those contaminants. So when you go to install your film, they're not stuck under the film for everyone to see. Focus on your edges that you're gonna be rolling over. Go ahead and give it a feel with your hand. If you don't feel any rough spots or any contamination, you're good to go. And with your squeegee off all that water. And then with our slip solution and our tack solution, we're going to prep the surface for installation. So thoroughly wet your fender that you're going to be installing on. Here we have our material, our pre-cut kit. It's going to be laid down like that. So let's go ahead and roll it up. Now we're going to be doing a dry install on this. So separate it from your liner. We're going to lay this piece on our fender. I'm going to start unrolling with it. All right. And then once you get to this piece, fold your liner back, rip your liner off, lay that down, continue unrolling your liner or your backing paper off of the film. See, and then once you get here, just work your way down and then start spraying some slip solution on your material. So this is our pre-tack before we line it up. So go ahead and get it all wet. Make sure you can move it around freely. We're good to go. So we are going to work from corner to corner, line up our corners and then work our way in. Let's start off with the top. We're going to grab our tack solution, spray our film, spray our fender. We want to line it up as close as possible to avoid any unnecessary trimming. Once you've got it all lined up, go ahead and squeegee all that tack solution out. See. If you need to spray more tack solution, go ahead and do so. Make sure all this gets laid down. Squeegee and hold it. You're good to work to the next side. Now we're gonna work on the inner side of the headlight. Spray some tack solution, spray your film. Make sure you line it up. Once you've got all that lined up, go ahead and squeegee it. Make sure your film is loose around the side. Now we're able to move on to the other corners. So with your tack solution again, spray your top edge, spray your film, and you're gonna stretch your film to the end of that corner. And if your film isn't stretching easily, spray some slip solution, get under your film, spray your film, give it a pre-stretch. All right, now we're ready to tack. All right, just like that, we've got that top edge lined up perfectly. Gonna grab our squeegee, squeegee all that moisture out. What I'm doing now is I'm getting rid of all the air pockets under the film to avoid any marking. And this side we're ready to tack. And then from here we'll work our way to the bottom. Get rid of those air pockets. We'll squeegee with the body line. Work all that tack solution down, overlapping your squeegees. And we'll just grab some tack solution, spray your film. We're going to squeegee. Hold it. Just lay that film down. Squeegee and hold it. Getting rid of all those micro fingers. Now we're gonna work with the top edge. Same thing, work your way down, overlapping your swipes. So now you don't have to worry about your top edge or any water getting in there since you squeegeed with the body line. So now we're gonna work on our bottom half of the fender. Go ahead and, as you lift it up, spray some slip solution under the film. Get in there. So all this is tension from being pulled here and here. So you're gonna have to disperse the tension and pull down. When you pull down and spread out that tension, you get rid of all those stretch marks. And you're going to, with your squeegee off this bottom half, spray some tack solution, flush out all that slip solution on your film. We're going to stretch all the way down and meet the bottom edge. Just like that. Make sure your corners are all lined up. This huge air pocket, we're gonna work it out. Just like that. Now we're going to worry about our fender. Make sure we disperse of our tension evenly. And now we're ready to squeegee your bottom half. follow the rest of the film, follow these body lines, and work our way all the way down. At this point, you're pretty much done with all the stretching and tacking. All you've got left is just let your edges dry, get it ready to seal, which is where we're gonna use our heat gun and heat up the edges to lay them. But before that, we wanna get rid of all these micro fingers so we don't get any contamination. So flush out that slip solution, spray your tack solution. With your squeegee, you're gonna squeegee and hold it. You're gonna get rid of all of that. So you're gonna squeegee and hold it, squeegee and hold it, and repeat that same process on any micro fingers you see while you're installing your film. See, we're ready to give it a wipe down, check for any excess moisture or water that we need to squeegee, get rid of. We don't have any, so we're good to go. So at this point, we're pretty much just gonna wait for the edges to dry and get the fender ready to seal. Just repeat this process on the other side. So if you take a look at the inner side of this headlight, it's about pretty deep concave right there. Go ahead and flush that out with some of your tack solution. And what you can do is with your squeegee, fold that film and hold it. Fold your film down and hold it so all that film lays in that corner, and you seal all those edges around the light to avoid any unnecessary trimming. Same thing with the bottom half. So you're gonna do that all along the whole top edge of the light. Just run that squeegee across, push it down, and you're pretty much done. All you gotta do is wait for it to dry out. So we're gonna continue with the passenger side fender on the C8. So we're gonna repeat the same process with our soap and water. We're gonna spray down the entire fender with our medium or soft clay bar. We're gonna give it a quick pass, getting rid of all those contaminants that we don't want under our film. All the way from corner to corner, top to bottom. All right, once you're done with that, give it a quick pass with your hand. Make sure you don't feel any rough spots or contaminants. If you do, then go ahead and repeat that same process until you got a smooth finish. And we're gonna spray it and give it a squeegee, get rid of all that dirty water. Always go one continuous stroke, top to bottom. And then from this body line down, flare, and then work your way all the way down. All right, now you're ready to install. With your slip solution, go ahead and spray your fender. Grab your squeegee, wipe one side off where you're gonna tack, unroll your film, spray it with some slip solution. So you unroll. We are going to line up our edge, and we are going to unroll with it. Just follow your kit, let your film sit. See, when you get to this inner part where the tail light splits, pull off your film, tack that part, keep unrolling. Keep unrolling, and then to finish this top edge, just work your way down. And your film is not going to move freely since it was applied dry. So now we come in with our slip solution. You're going to spray your film and the surface, pull all this back up. Lay your film back down, go on this side, repeat that same process. If your film tacks, just pick it up, spray some slip solution so you're good to go. And pick it up from the bottom, spray your panel, spray your film. Now you're ready for your tack solution. You always want to work corner to corner and work from corner outside in. So we're gonna tack here, 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 there, and here. Those are gonna be your main tack points for the fender install. We're going to line up our point as good as possible, and you're gonna have some excess to fold over. That's completely fine. You can see you've got a little notch on your pre-cut kit. That's meant to be there. That's your excess film that you're gonna fold over. So once you've got it all lined up, pick your film up, spray your film with that tack solution, lay it back down, squeegee, squeegee it down. Squeegee all that water out, so your film is good to go. So your film will not move from here whatsoever while you're stretching. So now we're gonna work our way over to the other side. Make sure you're gonna have this cutout, this corner, and this corner that you wanna get lined up. So the way you wanna do that is you wanna get this as close as you can to the center. Once you got that, you're gonna set up your top corner, your bottom corners, get all of that lined up. Once you do so, Lift your film up, spray it with your tack solution, and get that film laid down. So if you get any micro fingers, just pick your film back up, lay it back down, squeegee down. Now we're ready to move on over to this side. And we're gonna focus on our top edge of this panel. Spray your top edge, spray your film. Make sure you get it all nice and lined up. Hold it for a couple seconds. Make sure it tacks well. Start your squeegee on the body line. Separate the top and the bottom so you don't have any water running up or down the panel. So now you got a top and a bottom to worry about, and you don't have to worry about any film getting creased or running down or dry spots. So now with your tack solution, you can pick up your top half of film, spray it generously with tack solution. Now you get the squeegee. So on this recessed edge, and just with your hand, you want to hold it. Get rid of all that air. Squeegee all that tack solution out. So for these, you just want to squeegee, hold it, squeegee and hold it. You get rid of that, so it goes from this to this. Same process. Now we can worry about this. Take your film out. Spray some of our tack. Go ahead, spread out all that tension. If you get any more micro fingers, just pick it back up. Tack solution, flush out all that water. Just lay your film down, hold it. Same thing with this side. Spray your film down, hold it. Fold all that over into the inside edge of your headlight. So now we're pretty much done with this top edge. Now we can focus on the bottom part of our fender. What we're gonna do now, just gonna pick our film back up, hit it with our slip solution since it's tacked a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and spread out our tension. You're gonna have tension lines running across since we stretched it this way. Now we've got to stretch it down and you get rid of all those tensions. What we're gonna do is pick up our film from the bottom, flush out all that slip solution. We're going to spray some slip solution down here so we can maneuver our film around wherever we want it. We're going to pull this down, just like that. Spray some tack solution, get it to tack there. So now your goal is to get rid of all this air. All these air pockets, get rid of them. Get rid of everything. Now we can spray some tack solution, flush all that out, and we can hit it with our squeegee, overlapping your streaks every pass, making sure we don't leave any water behind. If you look right here, we've got a dry patch where there was air, so if that happens to you, all you have to do is pick up your film, spray it with your slip solution to flush it out, right up to where that is, flush it out, and it goes away. You just repeat that process, flush out your slip with your tack solution, squeegee it all out, and it's gone. So just work our way top to bottom. Now we can work on this part. Flush out your slip solution, generous with the tack solution. Starting from the body line, work your way down. Get rid of all that tack solution. And then we'll flush it out once more with some more tack. And we're going to squeegee and hold. You just repeat the same process on the other side. Give it one quick squeegee. Once you're done, wipe it up with the microfiber, check for any leftover moisture, and let your edges dry up a bit so we can hit it with the heat gun later and seal it completely. So on this bottom edge, we've got all this excess. So we're going to do that. Just like that. Roll it over, feed it under and over the fender. These inside edges, you can use a vinyl card with the felt buffer. And just hold it down, feed it in, Same thing with these top edges. I'm just going to feed it in, lay the film down. We are going to trim the excess since that's where it meets the bumper. Take your carbon blade, feed it as far as you can, and we're going to trim. Just like that. So now we're able to tuck the rest of this film in. Now we can work on the inside edge here. So we're just going to heat that up. And the same thing, run your finger across that top edge, tuck it in. And then with your card, you can fold it over. Just go ahead and repeat that same process on both fenders, opposite side. Now we're gonna go ahead and work on the top edge. So we've got slight excess here. So what you can do to avoid trimming, if you're not comfortable trimming on your own car, with your thumb, hold it down, roll it over, seal the edge, roll out these edges over, and we're gonna work our way down to the bottom. Same process, peel up your edge. With the non-buffer side, we're gonna tuck this behind our mud flap, get full coverage. And then with our thumb, we're just gonna roll this over and under our fender, seal the edge. And for the inner door side, pull the PPF, separate it from the door. And now all of our PPF is free moving in the air and it's completely dry. So what we're gonna do is heat it up and tuck it behind the fender. Just roll your fingers over, hold it. All the way from the bottom to the top. Just like that. And you're pretty much done sealing your fender. Go over it one more time if you need to and repeat that same process with the heat gun and either your wrap glove or your vinyl card. Make sure your edges are sealed, trim if you need to trim, and you're pretty much done with your fender and your hood. So we're gonna be dry rolling the bumper on. This bumper will require 2 people. You're gonna have one person unrolling the bumper onto the car, and then the other one's gonna hold it up, make sure it doesn't sag or fall to the floor. So we're gonna start with the driver's side first. With your pre-cut kit, you're gonna start pulling off one corner, and you're going to tack it onto there. So pull one side up, just take your slip solution, and then we're going to start tacking this. And you're gonna pull. So I'm holding it in place as he's pulling, and in that process you're basically reverse rolling your pre-cut kit. The placement doesn't matter just yet since we're laying the film. So we're going to lay all of our film in place. You're gonna peel the rest off dry. As you're pulling, you wanna spray your slip solution, and then you're gonna go ahead and grab the remainder of your film, and then you're just gonna lay it down. So because this is a pre-cut piece, everything pretty much lines up. So where your front grill area is, you're gonna have your cutouts, everything sits up top, and then so your film doesn't set, you're gonna pick it up, spray some of your slip solution under the film, make sure everything moves freely. You want to spray everything but your corners. Keeping your corners dry is basically what's going to help you hold your bumper up while you work from one side to the other. So we're going to go ahead and start with our driver's side. So once we've got that moving freely, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up our film, line up our edges. So now this is where you wanna grab your tack solution, spray your film, spray where you're gonna lay, line up your corners, and then you wanna grab your squeegee, tack that corner down. So now we're gonna set our bottom edge, line it up with your inside wheel liner area. Go ahead and let that set, hold it in place a couple seconds, and spray some some tack solution. And you want to work your way from top to bottom. So for these channeled areas where you have that air pocket, you're gonna spray some tack solution all the way up there. And with one hand, swipe motion straight down and then follow it with your squeegee, all while keeping everything lined up. And then you just wanna work your way down. So some areas are gonna require some stretching, so make sure you get your slip solution sprayed under that film. Spray your tack, line up your film, hold it in place, and now it's not going anywhere. And then just repeat that same process. Spray your film, and I'm just gonna lay that film down. Now we're gonna work our way towards the center. You're gonna start working piece by piece. Make sure your film is moving freely. And you're gonna spray some tack where you're gonna tack, which is usually the top points. Spray some slip solution so you can move your film. Now we're just gonna pick the film up from the bottom, spray some tack, work our way down. So now we're gonna peel this part back since we got the bottom lined up. Spray our tack. Start squeegeeing, overlapping our strokes. Just gonna work our way back up. For our adhesive sets, we're gonna spray some slip solution under our film. Remember, you wanna spray everything but the corners that are holding your film in place, so we don't run that risk of it falling on the floor. Going to spray our corner. Hold it down, squeegee, hold it down. Now we're gonna work with our top part. So here we're going to see our film is moving freely, line up our corners, line up our edges, make sure everything's set. And here we're going to spray our tack solution, pull it, get rid of all that tension, let it sit. Now we're going to squeegee it out. You want to spray your slip solution with hot water, the bottom. So we're going to be stretching this towards the top. Now we can spray the top with our tack solution. Once that's in place, grab your squeegee. Make sure everything's lined up, which it is. Everything's good to go for the other side. So we're just gonna continue making our way over. Lift your film up, spray some tack solution. Pulling, you want to squeegee down while at the same time holding it down. I'm going to spray some tack under our film, line up our edges, squeegee down the center. Okay, now we're going to grab tack solution, spray it down the deep part of your body lines. All right, so there's a couple options for pre-cut kits. If you like to de-badge your vehicles, you can opt for the non-cutout, but in this case we have a cutout. So we can pull it off or we can leave it on. If you plan on putting the emblem back on, you just peel this off and it gives you basically your placement to have it dead center as if it came from factory. All right, now we're gonna work towards the other top side. So we're gonna grab some slip solution, spray it towards the middle, make sure our film is moving freely. Then we grab our tack solution, spray our film, spray our corner. Now we're going to pull it, hold it in place, get rid of all those air pockets, make sure we have no dry spots. And we're going to squeegee, lock down the bottom, make sure we have no water running down, work our way to the top, overlapping our strokes with the squeegee. Okay, we have a finger here, so grab our tack solution, squeegee, hold, squeegee, hold. Now we're moving on to the other side. Here we are going to lift and spray tack solution. I'm sorry, slip solution. So in this case, you want to pull off everything but the top piece of your inner grille so your film doesn't fall. Spray the bottom piece of our film with Tack. Flush out your slip solution down there. That down. Line it up with the bottom. Hold it for a couple seconds. Now your film's gonna move freely up top. Spray our film. This recessed area right here, same process as the other side. Flush out your slip solution. So now with your squeegee, get rid of all that Tack solution. So pull this up, grab your Tack solution. Now we're gonna work our way to the bottom. So now we can pull this top piece off. We're gonna spray all of this with slip. Squeegee the slip off from here. Give you those dry spots. Spray your Tack. Here we're gonna stretch. That's tacked. Now we have to worry about the top, which is good. So we've got all that lined up now. And we just spray our Tack solution down here. Hold it for a couple seconds. Start squeegeeing. Your Tack solution down here. Tack solution, line it up, squeegee. So you've pretty much got all of your water squeegeed out. See any excess water, go over it again. It's your squeegee. All right, so pretty much done squeegeeing. We're gonna let the top edges dry out a bit so we can seal them with the heat gun. Basically the next step, you want to grab microfiber towel, wipe it down, check for any leftover moisture. Grab your Tack solution, seal the bottom edges. So we're gonna work our way back to this side. Lift up our edges. Flush out all your slip solution. All right, once we've got that, all we have left is pretty much let the edges dry out so we can seal them. There might be some trimming necessary because of all the stretching we did, but other than that, just let your edges dry out so we can hit it with the heat gun. But that's pretty much the install part for the C8 front bumper. All right, so we've completed the install on the pre-cut kit for the C8 Corvette. This is after doing your necessary trimming, heating on all your edges. If you do have any leftover moisture or water bubbles, and it's very minimal, give it 24 to 48 hours to set overnight. Almost always it'll evaporate, but in the case that it doesn't, then you just go ahead and grab a syringe, poke the water, and extract all the excess. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the C8 Corvette bumper. So here we have the pre-cut kits for the C8 mirror caps. The kit's gonna include your front piece and your top piece. This is going to require you to seam them up in the middle. So we're going to start with the front piece. So spray our slip solution, prep the mirror, squeeze all that off, get rid of all the contamination. Lightly mist it with your slip solution. You want to grab your pre-cut kit, separate the film from the liner, wet it. Your slip solution, line the kit up. This kit is gonna have a wrapped edge on the bottom, which is this overhanging piece with the cutoff. So we're gonna let that hang free for now. What we're gonna do right now is get our corner, tack our corner down. Going to squeegee that up. Spray our Tack solution on the other end. Stretch it just a little bit till you get that lined up. Make sure your bottom corner is lined up. Squeegee that out. Spray some of your slip solution, which has hot water. That hot water allows your film to stretch out a bit. We're going to position that when we want it, and we're going to pull it back. Spray our Tack solution. Lock that top edge down. Now we're going to spray from the bottom. Flush out all of our slip solution. That. Now once we get down here, flush out all of our slip solution completely. Spray the bottom of the cap. Now we're going to squeeze that down. Follow that down all the way. Make sure we get all those fingers to sit. Spray your tack solution whenever you need to. All right, we're gonna let that dry out so we can hit it with the heat gun later. Now we're gonna throw on the top piece of the cap. We're gonna spray slip solution on the top. Grab our film, lay that down. We're gonna line up our edges. Make sure we meet that seam in the middle. Once you got that seam lined up, pick up one of your corners, spray your film, spray the cap. And we're gonna squeegee it down. Now we're going to do just some light stretching. So we're going to spray a little bit of slip in the middle, and we're gonna spray our corners with tack. So once we pull, it stays. Now your pieces meet in the middle. Wipe it off, check for any excess moisture. Spray tack on your edges so you can lay them. So we're gonna throw this top piece on, spray our slip solution. We're going to apply this dry. Just like that. Make sure we get everything lined up. Once you've got everything lined up, you want to lift your top edge, spray your tack, let that sit, and we're going to squeegee that out. And then do the same with our bottom piece. Lock your top so we don't get any dirt. Got all of our moisture out. We're pretty much done with that piece. All right, so once the material's pretty much dried out, any micro fingers you have, you can either use a heat gun or a mini torch, probably about 2-3 inches away from the material. And then with your wrap glove, go ahead and lay that down. Just like that. You're going to be trimming in the middle where the seams meet. So go ahead and just follow that seam. So we're gonna have to cut probably from this side to this side. Because this is a two-piece, either the top is gonna overlap the front or the front is gonna overlap the top, depending on which order you install. So you just wanna trim the excess so you prevent any lifting in the future and dirt getting under the film. So this like white area right here is pretty much air where the seam meets in the middle. So we're going to trim. Yeah, so this is, I gotta re-wet that with the tack. All right, so we've completed the install for the mirror cap on the Corvette C8 with the pre-cut kits. So that pretty much includes your top half and your front half and your outer edge where your sequential light is. You will have to do some trimming where they do meet in the middle and they seam, but it's honestly very minimal, as well as post heating. Post heating is very minimal as well because these are computer cut, so they're pretty much as accurate as they can be. You should not have to do any trimming on the front edge because that's where we lined it up. And then your bottom half, you just do any post heating. And then same thing goes for this. If there's any leftover water, same process with the syringe, just poke it, extract the water if necessary. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the mirror cap and the outer light for the Corvette C8 pre-cut kit.